Last week, Convention of States co-founder Michael Ferris appeared on the Steve Deace show Blaze TV to update him on his involvement in a prominent case at the Supreme Court.
With this case before the Supreme Court last week, and this brief said what on behalf of which side?
Well, we were arguing on behalf of the state of Tennessee that their power, the power of the state, to regulate medical procedures for the protection of the well-being of citizens should not be challenged by the Supreme Court or by the federal government and the various plaintiffs in the case. And that's what it is. This is harm to kids.
He also talked about the movement to call the first ever Article 5 convention and rein in D.C. tyranny permanently.
They're so entrenched. I think that this actually is making the argument for things like term limits that the Convention of States argues for.
And the vast majority of Americans agree with that. The vast majority think there's abuse of power and something should be done. Well, this is the something the founders gave us. And we're 19 states out of 34 there. Iowa needs to become the 20th.
That's a good dude. That's done a lot of good for a long time.
President Trump has selected Congressman Dan Bishop as Deputy Director at the Office of Management and Budget. As a member of the North Carolina legislature, Bishop was a supporter of Convention of States Action's Article 5 resolution. This marks the 8th COS supporter that Trump has named to positions in his administration, joining Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, Caroline Leavitt, Mike Huckabee, Brooke Rollins, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance. Convention of States Action handed out its annual awards last week, including Massachusetts as the State Team of the Year for its multiple legislative victories and innovative petition drives. Barry Newman of Illinois claimed top honors as Volunteer of the Year. Last Thursday, a new short film series debuted. The Story Of will give you a behind-the-scenes look at how local COS patriots helped their state officially join the movement.
Who thinks that the federal government, the Congress, is going to police itself? I'm fired up.
On the morning of March 4th, 2022, our resolution appeared before the West Virginia House in Charleston, which passed the bill on a bipartisan votes of 77 to 19 for not voting. Then the president of the Senate physically came over, picked up our bill, took it to his chamber, where it passed less than 1 hour later.
You can watch the full film on the Convention of States Rumble and YouTube channels. That's also where you can keep up with the 12 days of activism.
Who do we need to get to endorse Convention of States? Think about it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Sorry?
You're Elon Musk.
I am?
Be encouraging Elon Musk to be hearing about Convention of States, hopefully reading about it, post on X, tag him, all those things.
Here's a montage of snapshots from COS events going on around the country, including Texas, New Hampshire, Louisiana, Ohio, Indiana, Florida, North Carolina, and Tennessee. And now, you're up to date with Convention of States.